I want to hear what the most astute political observer, perhaps the most brilliant mind that we have ever encountered, Barstool's very own, this guy. One bite, that's all it takes. Dave Portnoy, baby. Stool Presidente. Let's see what he had to say.
Okay, I got to do another rant here. And I'm going to get, hey, pizza man, stick to pizza. Hey, sports guy, stick to sports. People are sending that. Hey, shut up, you're dangerous. Ironically, I'm sure the same exact people who were so outraged when, I think it was Laura Ingram's told LeBron to shut up and dribble a basketball. They were so outraged by that. But now, when I'm talking, they don't like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, LeBron was making a statement that was like, about police brutality as a black man. You are just a rich guy talking completely outside of your field of knowledge.
Stick to pizza. If you're an American citizen, you care about this country, you're always allowed to talk about what's going on in this country. So those people who are telling me, Democrats of all people, are always the most intolerant, which is crazy, the extreme left, when they don't like what you're saying, it's suddenly shut up, no debate. So you shut up. Now here's this rant. Again, I'm a libertarian. I'm very much pro-choice. I don't agree. I'm not religious really at all. So there's a lot on the right I don't agree with. But I fucking hate the left. And they are reminding me why I cannot vote for them. And I cannot vote for Kamala, because not even that they're trotting out Kamala now and they whacked Joe Biden, just like I said they were gonna. They trotted him out for the debate. The fact that they've hid for years that he was a head of lettuce from the American public. It's not that they go and say, hey, all these videos that the American people see of Joe Biden literally having a dementia moment and being out of it, deep fakes, not real. And then they just reverse course and literally force him to resign by threats. Who knows what they said to him behind doors or what package they came.
I don't get it. Don't you think that that's a good thing? You can't have both of those positions in your same brain. You can't be like, no, the Democrats lied to the American public about how demented Joe is, but also they really fucked him over by making him drop out of the race. Like, what? Yeah, if you think that he's demented, as do I, you should be like excited at the prospect that he's no longer running for re-election, I guess. And he doesn't have a second shot at it.
Up with Pelosi, Obama, Clooney, all pushing this old man down a flight of stairs. Forget all that. They did it fine. They hijacked democracy. No other way to say it. You know, Kamala, newsflash, ran for president in 2020. You know how many votes she got? Zero. She was so disliked and such a bad candidate, she didn't make it to the first fucking primary. And I guess she's never going to have to get a real vote, because she's been handpicked on purpose by the people who have been running Joe for the last 2 or 3 years. Now they're going to try to run her and trot her out. It's disgusting. It's a hijacking of democracy. They knew Joe wasn't fit before, and they waited. Fine.
So wait, they hijacked democracy by like lying to Americans that Joe Biden was demented. I agree. But now they're hijacking democracy again by swapping the demented guy out. Like I don't... Why is he simultaneously saying Joe's demented and also mad that like he got swapped out? Like they rat fucked my boy who's demented, and it's like he should still be president. Like they didn't have a real primary. Okay, that's it. They didn't have a real primary. It would have been much better if they did, but they didn't want to do it because Joe was kind of demented. She's unelected. That is true. Brother, her last name is still on the fucking ticket that won 81 million votes. Like, I hate to be this libbed up here, but yeah, ultimately she's untested as an individual. But like to say that the American public didn't vote for her at all is fucking ridiculous. She was the VP on the fucking ticket. And not only was she the VP on the ticket, she was the VP on a ticket where she was the most likely person to actually become a P after being a VP, because Joe Biden was like 800 years old. And yeah, you can't run another fucking primary cycle this close to the fucking election. It just doesn't work that way. Like, people are talking about an open convention, not understanding that an open convention was not going to be like where people get to cast ballots again. Like, it's not how that works. Delegates would be making these choices regardless at that point. If you guys want to push the elections back and run a real fucking primary, I'm on board. I think that's great, but that's not going to happen. Hasan equals blue and on. Yeah, famously, I love the Democratic Party. I'm such a fucking fan of the Democratic Party. I think they're great. You must not have been here for the past 4 years or the past 8 years, really. Bad take. There's no reason to even pretend like people went voting last election with a single thought about Kamala being the VP. No, people voted not for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. They voted against Donald Trump. That has always been the case. And ultimately, the calculation that people make in the Democratic Party, or at least those in positions of power in the Democratic Party, was riding with Biden narrative in another Trump election was not going to work when they couldn't hide how fucking demented he was. It does seem like an optics problem that the Democracy Party has a very undemocratic primary process. No, it doesn't. It's not. I don't think it's an optics problem at all. It's an optics problem from a guy who's never going to vote for a fucking Democrat, who objectively says he's not going to vote for a Democrat. Like, Nobody fucking cares. Democrats just want someone who can win. Okay. Democratic Party voters, not myself. Democratic Party voters, however, want someone who can fucking win. And they think that the chances of someone like Kamala, who is objectively not a carcass, is higher than the chances of a carcass. In this circumstance, you have a person who won the election. Many people were fearful would not be able to do that again.
All that, fine, take it with a grain of salt. For the Democrats, like a Rob Reiner, this is the tweet I saw of Rob Reiner that just sent me off. Democracy is saved. Kamala's running. And all these people now, Kamala, AOC, you just said it was a coup 3 days ago, AOC. Now, Kamala. The Democrats.
I feel like chat should feel a little weird at this moment, finding themselves in agreement with this guy, Dave Portnoy.
And the left, the way they shit on our face and tell us it's 80 and sunny is so infuriating. Just admit you hijacked democracy. Just admit you don't care if fucking Mussolini or a head of lettuce was running against Trump. You hate him so much, you're willing to trample on democracy, steal the vote from the American public, the most supposedly...
Like, you should have this smoke for the bullshit ass primary that they conducted. Like, if you want to make this argument, the best argument you can make is you knew Joe Biden is demented and you still shut off the primary for that reason. Like, you ensured that nobody that actually stood a chance could run against Joe Biden. If you say that, you're absolutely right. There's truth to that. But he's not saying that because he's a fucking idiot. He doesn't even understand it. He's like, oh, well, democracy actually happened with Joe Biden. He sounds like fucking Jamie Harrison. 14 million primary voters voted for Joe. How are you going to hurt their feelings by taking him out? It's like, who are you talking to? Who are you going to change the minds of? 67% of Democrats wanted Joe Biden to drop out according to the fucking polls. 67%. 77% of independents. 77% of independents wanted Joe Biden to drop out. And then when it actually happens, they're like, whoa, dude, I hate this. Meanwhile, the Democrats, 83% of them approve of the switch. So, like, obviously, everyone on the one side that it actually fucking matters, damn near every single person is excited at this. And the people who are outside the club are yelling. It's like, bro, you weren't going to vote for the Democrats. Why are you chirping? It's in the case of Dave Portnoy, I wouldn't even say it's concern trolling. When Tom Cotton or Mike Johnson says it, it's concern trolling because he thinks like this is an adequate line of attack. It's not, because it doesn't fucking matter, because ultimately the Democrats are like the Biden voters. The Biden primary voters are just the biggest dick riders of the Democratic Party. And it's not like Kamala Harris is like an entirely different person ideologically than Biden. But if you're Dave Portnoy, you're doing this because you want to come across like a smart guy, even though you're a very dumb guy. That's it. That's the reason why he's like, well, I don't get it. The name of the party is the Democratic Party, but what they're doing is undemocratic to me.
Important right an American has, the right to vote. You have stolen it from the Democratic Party. You have said you don't get to choose who runs for president. We do. A group of elite, small people are going to handpick and shove down your throat who you vote for. Just admit that. But this democracy is saved and America is saved. It's the lowest point for democracy in my lifetime. Just say you hate fucking Trump so much you're willing to do whatever it takes to beat Trump. And it doesn't matter what rights you steal, stomp on, or whatever, you're willing to do it. If you say that, at least I'll have an ounce of respect. But this democracy is saved when you've absolutely done the worst thing for democracy. It's like we're a third world country now, the way this thing's being run. Just say that, and at least I can have an ounce of respect. And for all the people who are being, Dave, you're dangerous. Dave, shut up. Dave, what are you talking about? Stick to pizza, stick to boards. You know not what one person who has sent me a message or tried to explain, you know not what one of them has done? Explained how I'm wrong about any of it. They're just like, shut up, shut up, shut up. If one person can explain how anything I've said is wrong, I'll fucking buy you a fucking boat and be your captain.
Yeah, we're a third world country now. Bro, you live in Florida. Florida is the closest you can get to a third world country. Constantly underwater, dog shit infrastructure, unimaginable amounts of wealth with like some of the worst poverty you've seen side by side. Okay, as a matter of fact, California, kind of similar. Most parts of America are kind of similar, but it's like the most glaringly obvious situation in the state of Florida. Also, even the rich people's buildings are built out of fucking toilet paper. Pretending not to get his point, Lamau. No, his point is fucking idiotic as far as like, this is what made America a third world country. Are you fucking stupid? The first time the Democratic Party actually acted like a fucking party is not necessarily anti-democracy, nor is it like a third world country. This is the first time the Democratic Party has actually got their shit together and behaved like a goddamn party. I had tears in my eyes thinking about the prospect. That's precisely why you see Republicans flailing around right now, losing their fucking minds, saying, oh, do over. This is a cheat. You cheated. What do you mean? Democracy is about to happen. Are we acting like it's not going to happen? In November, if you have an issue with the way that the Democrats arranged the ticket, then don't fucking vote for them. Why are we acting like this is identical to what like the Trump administration and the Republican Party tried to do with their like fucking false electors scheme and shit? Like that's objectively different. So if you personally consider this to be the most undemocratic thing you've ever seen, oh boy, I got a lot of stuff to show you.